Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zion Smith. I major in graphic design and minor in photography at Old Dominion University. Today, I will teach you the three elements in photography. The three elements in photography consist of shutter speed, aperture, also known as focus, and ISO. These three elements work together to find the proper balance of an image. We will start with shutter speed. With shutter speed, it's straightforward. 1/15 of a second to 1/60 of a second, for example, is considered a slow shutter speed. You want to use this type of shutter speed if you want to create motion blur. For example, if it's during nighttime and you want to create a motion blur of a car or a flashlight, a shutter speed of 1/15 to 1/60 of a second, that would be a great shutter speed. On the other hand, if you want to freeze an object or a person in the air, or if they're doing a particular action, you would use a shutter speed between 1/500 and 1/1000. That is a fast shutter speed, and it will allow you to freeze whatever that's moving. Next, we have aperture, also known as focus. This is straightforward as well. If you are taking photos and you would like to blur a background, an aperture between 1.8 to 3.5 will help you blur your background so your subject can stand out. A subject, also known as a person or any other object. Using a shallow depth of field will allow you to blur your background so a person or an object can stand out from the rest of the background. On the other hand, if you would like to prevent your background from becoming blurry, using an aperture between f7.1 to f16 will allow you to take photos of the entire background. This is perfect for landscape photography if you are shooting mountains or any type of sporting event you can think of. This will allow you to take photos with a narrow depth of field. Finally, we have ISO. This is straightforward as well. With ISO, if you are taking photos on a sunny day, typically you want to use 100 ISO. This will allow you to prevent your photos from becoming overexposed. If your photos are overexposed and you're using an ISO of 6400, for example, on a sunny day, the image will be as bright as your teeth. You don't want that. Use 100 ISO for sunny days. For cloudy days, you can still use 100 or 200 ISO. For golden hour, during the sunset times, you can still use 100 ISO as long as you are taking a photo of someone or something behind the sun. That means make sure the sun is behind your back during golden hour if you are taking photos. During nightfall, you can use an ISO between 400 and 800. The other ISOs, 1600, 3200, 6400, it will create noise within your image, meaning that you will see all of these different dots on your image. You don't want that. You can use flash photography to prevent that problem. The exposure triangle allows you to balance all three elements to create the proper exposure for an image. For example, if you are out and about and you are shooting portraits of people on a sunny day, typically you want to use a shutter speed of 125 to 500. For aperture, I would say 6.3 to maybe 11 if you are taking photos of people. And for ISO, use 100 to prevent your image from becoming overexposed. If you master the three elements of the exposure triangle in photography, this is also known as the basis, the fundamentals of photography. If you practice and master these elements, you'll be just fine. Don't be too flashy. You don't have to be fancy. All you need to do is learn the basics and you'll be fine. I hope this lecture was helpful. I hope this lecture inspires you to go outside and take photos of whatever you see. Finally, last but not least, on this photography YouTube channel, my mission is to teach what I learned in photography to pass on knowledge to upcoming photographers or any other photographer who needs help with tips like these. I will also commentate on the images that I took in the past. I will go over composition, perspective, how close or how far the photo is. I will go over color psychology, emotion, storytelling, documentation, creativity. I will go over how you must be patient in photography. So much more. I'm here to help. I love photography. I want to pay it forward and pass on my knowledge to anyone who's in photography and who needs help with these tips. That is my mission, and I hope you'll be able to learn what I learned in photography. I'm Zion Smith. And this is my photography YouTube channel. Always and forever. Until next time.